So I'm up here fairly close to Payson Lakes. I have an area that Rio kind of had this little thread where we post stuff occasionally. He had an area up here he's never been to, and I'm only a 35-minute drive away, so I thought I would come up here, check it out. The problem with Payson Canyon, though, is that there was a fire in 2018, and although things are coming back, you know, the big trees will never come back in my lifetime. So there's a 2.5 mile or so stretch where they saved everything around Payson Lakes. They saved what Rio calls dry bark wallow. But anyway, this is, I'm actually not going to Payson Lakes. There's a trail that comes closer to where he suggested. So I'm on that trail. You could hear some, it's right, this is just beginning right by the road here. But you can hear some frogs, which is kind of rare in the mountains in Utah. But maybe I should call this frog log wallow. But anyway, there's definitely frogs there. And we'll see what we find. It looks, you know, pretty good on the map. But again, the larger habitat has suffered a lot because even though there's 2.5 miles of, you know, untouched terrain, a lot of the north end of the canyon is, you know, decimated with the large timber. The south and closer to Mount Nebo is still okay. Alright, just wanted to... Oh, also, the loop, you know, they have winter gates in the mountains, and the loop, I'm unclear if it opened this last Memorial Day weekend, which was last weekend, or this weekend. The website still has not been updated, and it says it's closed, but anyway, either way, you know, it's opened up here fairly recently, so we'll see if there's any new structures, or if it's just old stuff that's, you know, I've talked to Rob Robles, the guy who lives near here, about a year ago, and he said the activity is still low the last time I talked to him, but I think he was finding a few structures. He hasn't been getting up here as much. I know he had some issues with his Achilles tendon at one point and things. He's getting a little older, but anyway, we'll see if we see anything up here. I guess this direction, surely you can find the cryptid Yoda. He must live a hop, skip, and a jump that way. Just kidding. Thought that was kind of funny. I got an arrow pointing which way Yoda is. Anyway, keep hiking here. Oh, there's an X. It kind of points to the X as well. I don't know if you can see that. Let's see. This was the X. Okay. Here we go, a aspen X. I guess it's possible Yoda, with his highly developed command of the Force, he could have arranged that, right? Just kidding, if he were present. But anyway, well, keep looking. And hopefully you can see the tree that's pushed over there. It's the only one pushed over that way, well, at least around it, directly around it. Maybe it's just natural, but it just so happens that it's pointing the direction I'll be going up here to a potential wallow area, so maybe it was done by something other than, you know, nature. But anyway, a peaceful spot right here. Bees buzzing, the birds chirping, the water gurgling. But we'll go ahead and head off this direction here, see what we can find. I should also mention I'm using my kind of old school mini camcorder because I did loan my Osmo Pocket 2 to the fellows who were on the Cameroon trip to look for Mokele Mbembe, the alleged cryptid dinosaur, or at least giant reptile. I thought that would be my contribution to them. You know, I couldn't give really a lot financially, but that would be of use to them, so hopefully they were able to use it and maybe get some type of footage, you know, just document some of it, whether they got, you know, documentation of the proof of Mulcacalia Mbembe or not. Just hoping they all survived and that it would be nice if my camera made it back in working order. I realized though in that humidity in that primitive environment there is a chance it might not, but hopefully it's okay. And, you know, they're canoeing around and everything could go in the water, I guess. Alright, I'll just head up here and see what we find or don't find. Okay, so this should be the start of the area on the map, and it does look rather squatchy. Kind of a thicker stand of pines. Up until this point it's mainly been just aspens for the most part. There's a small patch of pines over that way. And I had one other spot that I had plotted on the map on the GPS, but unfortunately, I don't know, somehow it didn't save. So I'm going to have to try to get there despite that. And my map that shows the actual terrain, you know, the satellite view, I didn't switch into that on the phone before it lost cell service, so it's probably not going to switch over to that type of map. So I'll kind of be handicapped there, but I'll do my best. So anyway, but I should be able to get back where I came from because I dropped some waypoints for that, provided this old school Rhino, Garmin Rhino battery holds up and everything. But I got a pretty early start today, you know, for me. I mean, usually I get a fairly late start. Anyway, we'll go and, in fact, I'll just leave this on. Let's go ahead and explore here and I'm talking. I do see some traffic through here, but I think it's mainly hoofed animals. Probably deer, elk, that type of thing. Definitely some leans here and there and some things going on. I don't see anything that's super elaborate yet, but definitely kind of a cool place to hang out in the middle of a hot day or something. Here's a definite barricade right here, whether natural or not. Right there. A little snow. There's a double lean right there. That kind of looks odd. One of them looks like it grew there though. Snow patch. Oops. Again, keep in mind the surrounding area around this has been burned out a lot, like I said. But, you know, there's 2.5 plus miles, kind of distance square, you know, not square, but, you know, one direction, the other direction, it's kind of the same, all around 2.5 miles, roughly. that they saved around Payson Lakes. And this is within that circumference kind of area. Well, I guess I should note, comment on this, you got a lean, and you got a tree laid down over it, which, you know, one laid over it and grew there, you can see, but still kind of odd. Yeah, it looks like it's fairly violently split on the end there. About, I don't know, over 6 feet up. Let's go over there for a second. Sorry, there's wind. Or in nature, sometimes there's wind. Yeah, so I'm almost 6 feet, 5'11". So it's another foot up, about 7 feet up. You got this fairly violent crack and laid conveniently over the other lean, which goes up into this pine tree, intersecting right over there. Hopefully you can hear me. I'm trying not to raise my voice at full volume. Not that I talk that loud anyway, but okay. Alright, I'll leave this off until I find another area. This was the first walk into it, so I wanted to flip this on just in case. Alright. Thought I would film from this side as well. The sun's a little in the in frame before. Maybe it's a little easier to see from this side. But yeah, you have quite a few things over there. I don't know if you can see it. You know, the root ball is up and something's coming down, and then you got all this kind of a fencing almost there. X right through there, and then some other things going on over here. So somewhat substantial. You know, there's no structure that would be a physical type shelter, but some weird things going on. And if you happen to hear some engines running in the background, there is a trail. Apparently they do allow dirt bikes, so it's a little ways, but you could still hear that potentially, because those things are pretty loud. So, all right, keep looking. In fact, let me hear this way. Try not to make too much noise, but it's kind of hard. Yeah, mainly seeing deer or elk tracks here. There's the tree that's up in with the root ball up. At least I think that's a root ball, maybe not. Well, it's the thicker end of the tree at least. So that would be the end that goes down when it's in the ground. But there it is, shoved conveniently between two trees, which is sometimes the case in these areas. These type areas. Yeah, lots of hoofed animal traffic through there. Alright. Well, traversing on a little further, more leans. And I did catch a female, a doe hanging out here, pretty big one, but you never would have seen it in the video. It was off in the distance behind some debris, but anyway, I'm still kind of just walking around here. Fortunately, the angle of view on this is not very wide, so it always looks like it's pretty cropped pretty close. But if I ever needed to, I could zoom in with this at least. Fortunately, I never really needed. But anyway. I got sight of another deer, I believe. There's this. That looks really suspect to me. I guess there's some chance it's natural, but yeah, not so sure. Deer there, so I don't know if you can see him. I can still see him, but I doubt you can see him in the viewfinder there. In the distance. And here, this is probably the deer making its way through here. At least I can hear it. Right there. I don't know if you saw it or not. Bounding through there. The deer is kind of going the direction I was already going to go anyway. So. There it goes again. I think I caught that on film video. Not very clear though. Interesting area, a lot of fresh down timber, probably due to snow a little bit. Maybe right here, but look how this sits down. It's kind of an odd track. It's either a scrape mark from a hoofed animal or it's something else. No definition to it. I'm just going to scrape along there. Anyway, just a really old-fashioned squashing in the woods. Kind of Nathan Meadow style somewhat. This is kind of a squatchy area. I'm not pointing out every lean. You can hopefully see them on your own. Oh, there goes the deer again. Yep. Just bouncing away. I think I'll look over here and then over here. Maybe I'll start up here so I don't have to come back uphill, even though the deer went downhill. Pretty big tree right there. Yeah, probably over 5 feet diameter. Here's my foot. Kind of hard to get a sense of the size, unfortunately. Let's zoom out, so here we go. Probably hear someone in the background in the distance, a motorcycle. Okay, this is kind of squatchy. I have a couple leans going up there, and over this way, some leans as well. No super, well, by Utah standards, no super overt over the top sign. But keep in mind this area again, like I've already repeated, I think a couple times, its surrounding area was pretty well burned out as far as a lot of the big trees in 2018. 2 huge fires converged and they kind of were able to save where they were merging together around Payson Lakes. This area falls within that area, but it's still not quite, I'm over a mile from Payson Lakes over here. Sorry, I have a bug on my neck or something. Yeah. Okay. Anyway, you can have a look around here. Yeah. Oh, this is weird. Look at this over here. Oh, this is an actual structure, I think. Yeah, I found a structure. Haven't found one of those in a while. Sorry if it's sounding fraying. That is weird. Well, nowhere near where anybody would be. It's definitely a pen. Maybe for an infant, I don't know. Look at that, wow. Maybe it's hunters that did this, who knows. You got your one piece of paracord just hanging there. Whatever that's for, I don't know. Only one human thing. Super weird. It's in a triangle. I see no sign of footprints, human or Sasquatch yet. Let's see. Cool stuff. I don't know if I've ever found a triangle, a rough triangle structure. I mean, maybe it's a hunting blind that humans use, but I don't. I mean, it does look very comfortable. It does look like you could keep a little Sasquatch toddler in there, maybe for. He's underdeveloped and is still, I don't know, can't move around that well in snow. Maybe keep him warm, who knows. I have no idea, obviously. I'm just, you know, pure conjecture here, but who knows? But that is interesting. I mean, you got the leans around it, and it's just right out here, middle of nowhere. You got the things kind of blocking a, you know, super easy route in. You know, lots of down trees, a lot of it are just natural, I'm sure, but still weird. I mean, you got these huge timbers, like right here, here, and there, and they're forming the, you know, the crux of the triangle. I don't think humans can move those into place. I don't think. I mean, they could do the little stuff here, but would it have been naturally already the big ones in that position? Maybe a human could kind of move it a little bit, but they're not going to pick up anything like that. You can maybe grab one end and move one end at a time, perhaps. Perhaps not. I don't know. Maybe a human could just put a tarp on top of that, and whatever it is, it's odd, and here it is, open for your, there's a squeaking. It's always slightly creepy. Anyway, open for your consideration and interpretation. Let me try to get a good angle to get a photo of this. It's kind of hard to get up here on the tree where you can kind of see down in it. Anyway, so this is on the phone. It'll be shaky when I'm trying to be still. So you can see the huge, you know, the big timbers. They're long. I guess they're not huge circumference, but they're really long. And you got all of this here. The big ones come out further. And then the interior. And your two leans that are coming up, which is really typical of where these things are found, so who knows. Anyway, just a little more area surrounding where that structure was. Got kind of a breeze blowing in, and not directly in the wind because this area is kind of protected from it, but if you hear it in the distance, yeah, sorry, there's the structure over there. And I forgot we're starting to get mosquitoes up here, so not that bad, but it's been all winter. Forget that mosquitoes exist in Utah, and they definitely exist in the summer. So. So this is kind of a wallow. I mean, it's a little more open than some areas, but there's still plenty of pines around here. Nice and pretty. You can call this pyramid wallow, although that wasn't technically a pyramid. It definitely had a triangle shape going on. Oops, I zoomed in without knowing. Like a elderly person. Oh, I zoomed in without. Let's go over here. It looks like it would be a little more closed in and squatchy over here. A little higher elevation. Anyway, I don't see any clear tracks. I mean, there's things like this. Looks like it's mainly hoof prints. Now this is a little bigger. I don't know what it is. There's no toes or anything. I do see a whole lot of, I don't know if it shows up on here, but these lines like that. It's gophers. So I guess if Sasquatch wanted to punch in the ground, and if he's adept at picking up gophers, you could get some gophers around here, that's for sure. Yeah, so this is definitely more kind of a compact, closed-in type wallow area right here. You got a variety of liens and debris. Just right up the hill from the other thing. Oh wow, okay. Yeah, so that definitely looks squatchy over there. Okay, I think we've arrived. Let's go over here. This is more what we're looking for. A lot of traffic coming through here. Look at that. I'm sure that's mainly deer, but deer also attract interested predators. There's that. Yeah, this is what I call a classic squatchiness. I don't know how often Sasquatch hang out in these areas, but it looks deranged. You got a whole outer area here and an inner area. It's kind of hard to get in there, so let's see. I can get in there, but you just have to go walk around. Kind of a deer smell to the area. I guess that's what I'm smelling. Okay, so now we're what I would call the interior. This side of all of that. There's kind of another blockade over there. Here you can see again lots of area where something may have bedded down. And this is all interesting area. Anyway, I'll just let it speak for itself here for a minute. Anyway, definitely a wallow with all these obstructions, and there's an area that's open where you can easily walk around. And you always have those squeaking trees. Okay. Hope there's some wind. There's actually not that much wind for the moment, but trees squeaking. Well, I'll turn this off for now. That's one wallow. Definitely lots of area up here by the bubble ball where things are scratching around. You can see right over here. Lots of fresh kicked up ground. Assuming it's all, it looks like hoof prints kind of scraping along in the dirt. But just documenting different things. And then we back out to the aspens over here. Anyway, I'm going to check where I am on the map. Something skedaddled out of here really fast. It sounded like a deer. So it almost certainly was, I just couldn't see it. I'll come up here, see if I can see. Oh, anyway. Well, I'm going to start thinking about turning around. Right. We have here, we have here another little wallow-like area, I'd say. Lots of, again, hoof prints and things. It looks like a lot of the time these are little wallows for deer. Probably out of the heat of the day and such. I don't know how it works in the evening, but another huge tree. Comparison. Probably a good 5 feet diameter. Anyway, that was a nice bird. Anyway, on my way out, came across this field, halfway decent mountain view. I've zoomed in a little bit, but thought I would record that. So that meadow up there was actually the wrong way, so kind of heading back down through the wallow. As that before, all of that is right uphill there that I already kind of documented. And I kind of have this downhill. The map finally downloaded for the phone, so for whatever reason it's able to detect my location even though I don't have cell service. And I'm going to kind of head up this way. There's some thick terrain. It's not a direct route back, but I'm just going to hit that on the way out, so see how it goes. There's a pretty big female elk up there right on the ridge. Not anymore, but anyway, here's what you have down below. Difficult to traverse. Maybe I'll try to get up on this ridge too. I don't know. Let's see if I can. Lots of animal traffic through here. See where I want to be here. Maybe the same reason Sasquatch would. You have all this stuff blocking the way up. And you got a military crest ridge up here. They're kind of blocked off for easy, quick access. You have to go uphill. You hang out here a lot. There's all sorts of foot traffic. You probably can't see it. It's all kicked up to salt. And of course, this is blocking off right on top of the ridge. Probably long gone. That one looked like an older female. At least the last one was a little one. I was able to kind of keep up with it a little more. I'm sure this older one was more wary. And I'm almost out right in the open, so I can probably see me now. Go down timber. A lot of it's just, I think when you get stuff that's this thick, here I'll show you over here. Like this, where it looks like it just completely decimated. I think some of that is where you have a pine forest is starting to encroach into what was once an aspen forest, so it's aspen forest is dying out. But creates a lot of natural barriers for humans, anything coming through here. And so the stuff on the ground, I'd say, is pretty much natural, especially over there in the distance. But look at the ones you have. They almost have like a teepee up there. And I don't know if the arrangement of these ones is natural. how that all is crisscrossing. But look at what you have over there, though. I don't know if that's natural. The ones that are still standing up kind of got some things overhead that look a little unusual, whether it's natural or not. There we go. Huh. It's kind of weird if I can get over to it. This is definitely like a Payson Canyon version of a jungle gym, not quite like a Colorado Bigfoot, but definitely I gotta get up on top of these. Oh, and they got this over here. That's weird. Back down on the ground. So yeah, I got all that going on. That's classic Payson Canyon right there. Okay, let me take some photos. Just one more 360 shot of the area. Sorry if I think there's a scratch on the lens. Hold on 1 second. Okay, so a 360 shot of the area. Another meadow on the way back. Just documenting all the gopher furrows, or whatever you want to call them. Just everywhere. I guess this is as close as you can get to gopher heaven in the Utah mountains. Doesn't cover the whole area. Well, actually, I guess it does. It's pretty thick right here. So oh, oops, got some elk over there. Surprising. Well, they're all females. Don't want to get too close. I mean, they're big animals. Definitely elk. Well, didn't expect to see the right in the open there. If hunters wanted to put corn in the field and just sit out here, I guess this would be a field to do it. But I think most of the time they're back in the woods there more. That was kind of I guess, a stroke of luck. For all I know, I flushed them out earlier, but I doubt it was me. But anyway, 3 female elk there, 3 does. Back in here is the forest, of course, some squatchy areas. This direction is the trail. I guess you can see all the mud and streaks going up the hill there. This is where the does would have come from. And I had my little Velcro thing made a noise, and some other animals went scurrying up here. So probably more does. I just scared off before I entered here, unfortunately. And here's all the mud, snow on the trail. You can see they're going back and forth, probably all the time. I guess there's a small chance I'll be able to see them. Maybe that's some higher ground. Or not. I went down this way. I might be able to see them. But probably not. Another kind of meadow thing. Yeah, they aren't here. Okay. Kind of a pretty hill going up there. Anyway, I gotta go this way. There's the sun beginning to get lower in the horizon. Looks pretty wet right down there. Alright. Really moist on this side. These particular plants are always found in the moistest areas of the mountain exclusively. I forget what they're called. They're poisonous, at least for consumption they're poisonous. Most things are, but yeah. These are bigger than most of them. It's in my foot. Usually they're a little bit smaller. Trails right down there. Well, got a zoom feature on here, might as well use it. Sorry it's all shaky, I'm sure. Here's the kind of general area, just coming back onto the trail. Looks like they got some sort of man-made thing going on there, but anyway, otherwise all natural. Decent mountain view, at least in person. Well, we're here on a weekend Saturday, so this road, everybody's headed out of the canyon because it's getting dark, but I thought this was funny. They seriously made a mistake. The person who crossed that out is right. It says, "You are here." No. And the little arrows going up this way. "Y'all are here." And they did. They made a complete error. Whoever the person was in charge of the Forest Service map. This is where we're at. This side. They picked the wrong side of the trail. Anyway, that might give a little away of where I, found wallows and things. I already mentioned it's Payson Lake. So here's Payson Lakes. I use this trail in, but then somewhere all out here is where I was finding the structures, the wallows and such. And keep in mind, the area, unfortunately, we pull out here on the map. Most of this whole area is all burned up. There's a 2.5 mile area, probably takes in right about, maybe right around here was saved. And then some of the south is burned up. Black Hawk, even this year, they never reopened that camp. It's so many dead trees. It's too much of a risk. I listened just today to the Spanish Forest Service recording, and they said Black Hawk is closed the rest of the season, which is every year, so every year is the same. They never reopened it. Some of the area down here, the forest fire didn't reach down here, so this is all good, but all of this area, all of that up here is just a mess. It's just all burned up, miles and miles of forest. I'll mention, if I can find it on here, there's one place I used to like to go, Red Lake. Here we go, right here. If you look on my, I'd have to show you, I can't remember the title, but they had amazing large structures out there. Went back there in winter, well, it was close to winter because we were in 2 feet of snow or a foot of snow. It's all burned up, it's completely unrecognizable. So anyway, there was one huge fire on this side. I think there was, I can't remember the name of it, and then there was another one over here. They kind of converged and they managed to save it right around Payson Lakes. Dry bark wallow is, in this general area, a lot of activity in the past, but it's all slowed down since, the fire in 2018. So anyway, just a little bit of information there.